Okay, nobody is gonna show up for only God knows how long. Make sure the mic works well, but I can always go back and look at this, and I will then realize what it sounds like when I'm speaking. Okay, so I guess I will do this live stream about um potentially my acid trip, but maybe not because it's like bad, but I don't know, I should probably do it. Whoever's in here, if you could like say hi, that would be cool. So I like know who it is. But if not and you want to remain anonymous, I completely get it. So I've tripped and had fun multiple times, but it has all been I've been safe all of the times. And there's just so much that I learned that I can't keep it a secret here. Let me You see better? Honestly, I think you can. But anyways, so you learn things. And recently I saw my cat's third eye. So imagine your face like this. And then but for him, it was cut into pie like that. And I saw it like a kaleidoscope and it was just like a friggin' kaleidoscope. And there's a lot of patterns obviously, but when people say patterns and visuals, a lot of the times you think it's like you're like, oh, you're seeing a bear in front of you, and it's not necessarily like that. It's more of like you're staring into the air and you start to think hard in a way. You're not trying to think hard though, because it's doing it for you. And so you stare into the air, and then you're like, and then maybe you can listen to it, and maybe it's like, hey, pick up that cup, take a sip of water. And then you're like, all right, well, that sounds like a good idea. I probably should. Like, for example, one time I had a hallucination where I was trying to keep in mind my friend was completely sober. My mom actually was like, yo, you need to come over here because I'm done taking care of her. And she was talking to my friend, and she brought my friend along. And so my friend came over, and for some reason I was like, oh, you're here, we're going to the beach, oh my gosh, we're literally going to the beach right now. And I also thought I was going to go to a strip club later because I have another friend who was talking about how she had worked that night. And I was like, I'll see you later, because I genuinely thought I was going to see her later. It would really suck if the microphone wasn't working right now. I think it is. uh I want to double check though. So I'm looking at my settings. So that's what I'm doing. If I look weird, I'm really trying to make sure you can hear me. Would it be under? Okay, maybe. Okay, maybe. Okay, maybe. Okay, we are just going to hope that you can hear me. I need to know. I'm so sorry. You could skip a little bit if you're watching this after the fact because I mean it's only one person. I mean, I'm sorry, but not that sorry. I'm just kidding. Okay, so I need to let's talk about some ease of access. We got a gaming bar. I can game sometimes. That's a thing. It's like, will it be entertaining though? I like to play Sims and Animal Crossing for sure. Yes, Animal Crossing New Horizon, and we have the Animal Crossing Switch. It's not mine, so I'm not taking that credit at all. It is my sister's. And yeah, I don't know how to make sure that the microphone's working, but if this one person is still here, then I assume it's working. But it could also not be working because maybe I'm the one viewer. I don't know. I really don't know if that's how it works. But when I post this, there should be at least 10. So I'm confident in that. And so let me get back to what I was talking about in regards to the experience that I had where I was learning things and how visuals work. So my friend came over to like babysit me, and I was like holding their hands, like their wrists, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, we can go to the beach." Like, and then I also was like, "Let's go, like we can go up to this helicopter," because I had this visual, and the way it works is like I was staring into like the distance, but I could see with like my third eye, like almost like a dream, like daydream, but reality. And so it's like I could look up, but it wasn't in your face physical. It was like, whoo, like there's a helicopter there. And then, but like, that's like a very, very intense, like, that's like one of the real like hallucinations that people would experience off of a psychedelic rather than some sort of psychosis. So keep that in mind because you do not want to get that mixed up. This is just how I experience them. When I, for example, if I were to be looking at this though, I probably, the way I would visualize it, if I were to be tripping, it would probably do the symmetrical thing, like that my cat's face did, and kind of do like a kaleidoscope type thing. Kaleidoscope vibes 2020. Um, yeah, so it would just, and also you can see like there's a specific thing that will reveal itself to you, and it's like an eye. Honestly, it is the all-seeing eye, but it's not omniscient. Don't let it trick you. The reason it's omniscient is because we have these and this, which is a laptop. That's why the quality is terrible. And these, I'm listening to music, but I'm not trying to get, wait, I don't, I'm not trying to get copyright striked. I was going to say demonetized, but I don't make any money off this, but that's not the goal. I want to share things like, because I want you to know that when you're, one of the things you'll feel if you're having a very, very intense trip is it'll feel like layers, like you're going layers and layers, and you will understand that your skin's layers are just, there's layers. You'll understand your nail polish layers. You'll understand how the body is. You'll understand that the body is, you are an animal, but you are also a divine creature, some created after the omniscient creator, because you were created like that. And so this higher consciousness that you are reaching is, people think they're God. You're fucking not. Sorry, curse. Ooh. But yeah, you're not. I'm sorry to break that to you. Don't be fooled. Don't let your ego get to you. Don't be ignorant either. Like, I have seen that light, and I have been told that I'm like God, and I was like, no, I'm not. And then I was like, oh, you're a prophet. That's what I meant to say. And I was like, bro, you just like lied, like talking to the light, like stick, like talking to the light. And that reminds me of what I meant by when you see this eye. So if I were to stare into this, because it would look kaleidoscopy, I would be able to see like a zoom in type visual through the kaleidoscope. And in that center, it would either be dark or light. And that would be the presence that you would kind of sense. And that's the thing that tells you you are God. And I've never done DMT, but people who do DMT meet multiple beings and guides. And I haven't done that, and I can understand meeting beings and guides and very having very positive, safe, like you've never felt before, safe, like smart, like vibes, vibrations. Because okay, let me give you some science really quick. All right, quantum theory. If you don't know what that is, One, I'm gonna tell you. Two, you can look it up if you don't believe me. So, quantum is the particles of the universe and how things are. And so the theory is how the universe and particles match up, like everything. It's how everything matches up and aligns and attracts. And it has to do with the particles on a subatomic level. And so it could be kind of like, you can't really tell. That's another thing. So if you're like tripping mad hard, you can see it looks like, you know how the universe is a fabric? It looks like spaghetti, like, or like cheese stretched out, and it's just like heat waves. And that's how you can see the different dimensions, because it's like horizontal, 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 like, and it's like, oh, these are different dimensions. And that's how you time travel. You change your mindset and you can go to a different year. I personally, I mean, I don't believe I time traveled, but people, ow, what the fuck? Sorry, I have a rubber band and it just snapped me, which is really weird because, like, I don't think that's possible unless something. I don't have a ghost. I'm not gonna say that I do because I don't. Anyways, dang, that really distracted me though. Okay, so subatomic particles, how everything attracts to each other. You have vibrations in you, and there is a area that you can't see. That's where the dimensions come in. And everything is going to happen for a reason. If you look at Rick and Morty, the whole multiverse, we have a universe, but it's multiple dimensions. And that's how that goes. So the theory where in Rick and Morty, where it's like all of these different, like, they've got the different cubes of different universes. They So the whole, like, I don't really know the name of the thing, but if you shoot yourself in this reality, how many other realities are you shooting yourself in? And the way I can explain that is, so because of all these dimensions stretched out like fabric, and you can't access them from a sober mindset. I'm eating oatmeal, to be honest. It's apple cinnamon. Okay. You can't access them from a sober mindset because you have to have these proper hallucinations that I described previously. And if you're not having these proper visualizations, then you can't necessarily astral project into your mind where you would have this thought process type of being. And that's where you go if you were to trip on DMT. And also, yeah, DMT is the chemical released when you have dreams. So when you're dreaming and it's like completely different. So it feels like that when you're hallucinating. I put air quotes because people have very different ideas of hallucinations. So it feels like that when you're hallucinating, but you are here at the same time. So I was trying to put makeup on and look normal and act normal, but it didn't feel like I was in my body. So it kind of felt like my hands were completely sep damn. I don't know if you can tell what I'm trying to do. Felt like my hand was not mine, and it was just woo 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 wisping makeup on me. And I was like, whoa, like, this is not my face. Woo, 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 woo. And then I ended up doing pretty well. My mom even complimented my makeup and she never found out. But that's a story for another time. So what I'm trying to say though is you can't access these dimensions, but that's where, like, these entities are. That's where ghosts go. That's where demons go. And I know some people are gonna be like, no, all of them are bad, and like, eh, eh. There's good and bad to everything, right? That is also, in high school where you have an agenda, or middle school, you have an agenda, right? Or even college, you got an agenda. What is an agenda? It's what you're gonna get done. What are you gonna get done, bro? And an agenda of what we the mess we call America. A part of their agenda is to allow people, only the completely intellectual, not my idea, theirs, because they want superior people. That's what Ancestry.com is, and 21 and Me, all of that bull. Don't buy into it. I'm not trying to sound crazy. I'm really not. This is just the epiphanies I've had. So I had an ego death December 12th, 2018. And I spent all of 2019 trying to figure out what the what. And so I couldn't even go to school because it was so fake. Everything was just like I could not, the veil had been lifted. I don't know how else to explain it. I actually do know how else to explain it. So a lot of people, okay, so say I were to see like this, but like my eyes are closed or something, and I have a veil on and maybe like a blindfold too. Then it's like, oh dang, I can't see jack shit. And it's like, okay, so I can open my eyes, but there's still like a veil. And then it's like, okay, so I'm kind of like, I'm seeing some stuff. Not a lot, I can't really see. And this is stupid. Like, so I put my glasses on, and then I can see more. And it's like, whoa, I can see more. And then I take the veil off, and I can see even more. I forgot to take the blindfold off. You know what I mean. And it's different layers to life. There's different things. But as I was trying to say earlier with the multi dimensions, free will, the way free will works, but there's also predestination things. So like the whole poo 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 thing that I was talking about with the dimensions. So that has to do with, every moment is now. There's only one moment, and it is right now. So wherever you are watching this, thank you for coming to this. I know it's been you probably skipped through. Hopefully you did for your own sake, but it's been a pretty interesting conversation in my opinion. But, well, if you're curious about the subject, that is, the subject of the matter, that is, and if you find me entertaining whatsoever. But there's all kinds of stuff I want to do on this channel. I can do art, I can do makeup, I can do pranks, I can bring my homies on the channel, I can bring my boyfriend on the channel, I can teach y'all stuff that you would have never known about. I have crazy stories. I had an Uber driver fall in love with me. I'm not even playing with you. And it was really weird because he like also knew about this like dimension stuff. And so okay, I'm pretending to be him really quick. He's driving in the car, right? And he's looking in the mirror and he's talking to me and he's like, yeah, so like you go to college around here and stuff like that. And I was like, well, actually I'm pretty interested in neuroscience, like, and how the way things work and quantum theory. And he's like, huh, huh. And then I said something else, right? I don't remember exactly what. He's like, huh, huh. And I said something else and he goes, wow, you're on the right track. You're on the right track. Okay. You keep it up. Keep it up. You're doing good. You're on the right track. You know exactly what's going on. Don't ever let anybody stop you. You know what's up. And so I get out. Actually, I'm not gonna tell you that story. So I get out of the car and he's like, hey. And I'm like, yes. But and he had a wife, but I'm not telling you that story yet because you have to stay tuned for like another video, even though I don't do this. Hee. And the reason I don't is because I don't have space, but I really need to be on my grind. So I've been thinking about it and I want to turn myself into a carrot. I can do that for Easter. That's a good idea. I also, if you have questions you can ask me, that would be pretty cool. If you want to watch me struggle with the Rubik's Cube, that would be pretty cool. I'm not good at it at all, but maybe somebody can teach me. I'm just kidding. I mean, obviously, you're supposed to line the colors up, but I know that much. Um, yeah, so that was just a little description of stuff from, recent life. Um, you're special. I love you. Subscribe or don't. It's up to you. You make your own decisions. And I love you, my buds. Haha, you my bud. My buds, bro. You my buddy. My bud. Oh shit, did I hit the wrong button? I'm sorry. This is my first live stream, obviously. Okay, okay. Let me end it with a joke. Did you get it? The joke was me. Did you see that? I'm sorry. Bye.